All right, guys. So this is the trade recap for today. My one trade for today, 10:29. I realized we had news at 10 a.m. So I waited for that to come out, and then after that, I entered my trade. So you can see we're up 2.5. I did close the trade a little early, as you can see here. We closed it. We were running a little bit more, around 4% in profit, but it was originally hitting my entry, and then I just realized the market wasn't going to, it just waked up and it started chopping around. And then I realized, I might as well close it here, but let's give you guys a breakdown as to why I even entered. So here was the 3-minute entry, 15-minute time frame, 15-minute order block closed above, and we formed a 15-minute change in the state of delivery. That was the original confluence to enter. But from a higher time frame perspective, on the 4-hour, we had a 4-hour CRT form. Third candle open up, we pushed up higher. My original target wasn't even, hold on, let's go to the 15. My original target wasn't this right here. It was this up here. But I just decided, I was aiming. This is one of the things I'm dealing with, is just aiming for too much, aiming for the moon. And I realized, I might as well just, aim for a realistic target that can be met. And then eventually we did have a standard deviation targets telling us to aim up here. But I just realized, I might as well aim for like a 1 to 2. It was a 1.1 to 7, 1 to 1.7, not bad. I'll take it, but again, I was risking 2% since the stop loss was already like down here. I moved it up a little bit, and then eventually I trailed it to break even as soon as we closed. And yeah, as soon as we started to close above, I moved it like around here. We got above this high, broke above it. Didn't want to see the market really come back down to this entry, and then eventually you can see we started to come wick down. I was a little fearful, I won't lie. But I just did hold the trade because again, we were already at break even. There was no point of trying to move it. And again, these are the new markets. Well, the same markets really, but I'm just really trying to focus mainly on these. And I realized, we found the trade idea. One trade for the day after 10 a.m. news. We entered, and yeah, that was a good trade. It wasn't at 10. It was around the next candle I saw, like we weren't really moving with the news. So, and yeah, no, that's pretty much really it on the account here. We're at 1.23. And I did have a USD JPY trade from last night, which I did close, but we can go over that right now too. So on the 4-hour, we had a 4-hour SIBI here. So this is where I was trading 4-hour SIBI, retraced up into it. And then on the 15, we had a 15-minute bearish order block, which was right here. The thing about this trade was we didn't respect the 15-minute SIBI there. I don't know if you can see it. So we had a 15-minute SIBI. And again, I don't know if I want to be trading Asia session. I really, I feel like I'm just trying to force trades, find too many trades, take too many trades. And, less is more. That's what I've been trying to tell myself. Less is more here. But again, here on the 3-minute, we had a 3-minute entry with a 3-minute inversion. I didn't enter off of the retrace or the close here. I entered somewhere around here. I just realized, it just wasn't worth it. So I just cut the position on the 1-minute. I was aiming right here. But again, I just closed it a little bit early, and I just realized it wasn't worth it. And that would have been the final target there. A nice 1 to 3, but realistically it would have been a 1 to 2 also. So again, I just realized it wasn't worth it. Closed the trade, and I just and we had 12-hour CRT. That's another thing. So if we go to the 12-hour, we had 12-hour CRT. We were sweeping the low. I thought this candle was going to open up 50%, move lower, target the low again, and close below it. Aim for these lows down here, but it just never happened. But right now we are manipulating, as you can see, and I'm just done. I don't want to be trading too much. I don't want to be taking more than one trade in a day. And again, here beautifully, it lived up to my expectation. Now it's time to go journal it. You can see here we did have this trade here journaled. Again, I was talking about how we were too emotionally attached to the outcome of the trade idea, weren't connected to the PA, simply focusing on the PNL. We felt disconnected, and we're simply too attached to the outcome. And that's kind of why here we're saying we closed it here, moved up. This was supposed to be like, this right here was supposed to be target number 1, and then the BPR was supposed to be target number 2. But I just realized, it wasn't worth it. And we were risking way too much. We're going to journal the NQ trade here. It wasn't a bad trade. And again, one thing I've been dealing with recently. All right, so there's one thing I want to go over in my notes, which is, I have been feeling a little bit down, questioning whether I'm going to make it or not in trading. But it's not really that. It's about mechanical versus discretionary. I want to use the mechanical strategy, whereas like MMXM, X, CRT, where we time frame a line and we only use that as a mechanical strategy. But again, I want to be more discretionary, where, I don't want to feel limited to certain time frames. But I decided, like for the 4-hour through the monthly chart, that's where we're gonna have more majority of our confluences from right here through the daily, weekly, and monthly. And then on, like the 1 hour to 3 hours optional to have a confluence here from those. And then eventually on the 15 or the 45 minutes through the 15, we need a, another confluence like the internal or CRT. And then the 1 minute through 5 minute can be the entry. So that's kind of what I've been debating about. Let's go through a higher time frame perspective on this one, and I'll make a deeper video on that. So on the 12H CRT here again, candle range low, another CRT. Even on the 4-hour, there was another one here, and then we had a internal resistance on the daily there, which is a buy side imbalance. But if we go to like the 8-hour here, this was a prominent low. We were sweeping here, as you can see that there, swept it instantly. After that, I originally knew that the market was going to move higher, especially with the 4-hour. You can see it was a 4-hour low for me, but on the 8-hour, it was just clear prominent. And on the 1-hour, we were moving lower. We did have this bearish inversion for all I got, but we were sweeping lows, reaching into the daily PDRA. This 1-hour PDRA didn't really mean much, and then eventually we went to the 15 there. and looked for the 15-minute order block or the change in the state of delivery to be confirmed to us. And then we had the standard deviation targets there as a clear confluence telling us, where we're going to go past this 4-hour SIBI. And again, the 4-hour SIBI isn't bad, since we do have the daily PD right here, respecting, and we had a 12-hour or 8-hour breaker here form. Those 8-hour breaker, daily buy side imbalance, of course, we're going to reach for higher prices, target this high up here. So yeah, that was pretty much really it here. So keep aiming for unrealistic targets on the profit target. I feel like I'm more connected to the PNL, which is something I'm just trying to not really focus on. I'm trying to focus mainly on price action, price action alone, limiting my trading frequency, only taking one trade a day, trying to find the highest probability. I'm reviewing these trades more often, frequently, reviewing my notes, just not focusing on the outcome, I feel like we're just too focused on the outcome. We're doing really well right now. I don't want to do anything other than that, I'm just going to continue to do that. This is on the lowest account size because, again, I feel like I'm just way too connected and I feel like I'm just not there emotionally emotionally wise. Logically, we are making good decisions, but sometimes we do get emotional and then we do make bad decisions emotionally, like the gold trade. We weren't following our rules, we weren't following our plan, we're trying to rush it. We were near the profit target when in reality we were just like, nah, we should have not been doing that, or we're risking too much. Trying to hit, like a 1-to-1 past the account, it's not ideal, not realistic. So that's basically really it. One trade a day, following the system, the rules. I'm about to make a video on discretionary versus mechanical, and I'm gonna go over why. So yeah.